Hello, my name is Shirley Cobb, and I want to thank you in advance for giving me a few minutes of your time. I want to share with you today a vision whose time has come. In 1987, when God called me to the preaching ministry, I wrestled with my calling. I felt like Sojourner Truth when she shouted from a podium, "Ain't I a woman?" in 1851 in Akron, Ohio, fighting for the right for black women to vote. I wasn't saying, "Ain't I a woman?" but I was saying, "Ain't I a preacher too?" Still in this 21st century, women are treated like second-class citizens right in the very house of God. Due to improperly dividing of the Word of God, we are still too often told to sit down and be quiet because God never called a woman to preach. The vast majority of ministers' conferences in the area and around the nation do not afford full membership, if any membership at all, to women. It was more than 10 years ago God gave me a vision. And Whitley Phipps, a well-known gospel artist, once said, "It is in the quiet crucible of your personal, private sufferings that your noblest dreams are born and God's greatest gifts are given." Such as it was in this case, because it was 10 years later, in the fall of 2021, God spoke to me in the midst of my greatest valley experience, with the loss of my husband, my mother, and my daughter in a 16-month period. And he said, "It's time to move forward now." So in October of 2021, I found the name God had given me. And on January the 14th of 2022, the name of the organization was approved by the state of Maryland. It was entitled the Baptist Ministers Conference for Women. I called together a group of women who God ordained to share the vision with them. Our mission vision statement says, "We are an organization which empowers, equips, and unites the community of female Baptist ministers and the participating churches for the purpose of fellowship, edification, aiding those in need, and spreading the gospel locally in the metropolitan area, then nationally, and then internationally for the glory of God." God chose a woman to carry Christ, the incarnate Word, in her womb for 9 months. And it was the women in Mark chapter 16, according to the written Word of God, who were told to go tell Jesus' disciples and Peter that he had risen from the dead, just as he said he would, and to meet him in Galilee. It was the women who were the first to go tell the good news. And that is the gospel. The gospel is the good news, plain and simple. And that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We are not called by man, but by God. We will no longer have to continue to sit and be told we don't belong. The Baptist Ministers Conference for Women will begin at home in the D.C. metropolitan area, including licensed and ordained women. Then we will spread abroad. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, will ever again put us in a corner and tell us to stay there. We are women on the move for Christ, and we will not ever again, will not go quietly into the night, not anymore. More details will be forthcoming, but I encourage you to come join us. Come and see and be a part of history in the making with a vision whose time has come. May God continue to bless you richly, and thank you.